Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Coming to you live from Ellijay. Today we picked a backdrop picture of the square in Ellijay with that beautiful flag, the American flag, flying there in the center of the square and downtown Ellijay. If you have a backdrop of a beautiful picture of your downtown, maybe downtown Blairsville, Jasper, Blue Ridge, Dahlonega, wherever it may be. If you have a backdrop of anything you would like, I love over here to the left, I keep the show running just to make sure everything's working like it should. I love seeing that flag out there. So if you have any pictures that you would like for us to use as a backdrop throughout our show, don't hesitate, send those to us at chief@fetchernews.com. I'm your host, BKP. Now we've got to get into some big things. How can you not vote for a guy? Okay, where's it at? How can you not vote for a guy that says, "Who the hell knows"? Now I mean, how can you not? I mean, they ask him. He gets up, governor, vice president. Who the hell knows? Mike Pence. You gotta love the VP apprentice. This guy has played everything. I mean, it's like the 3 episodes of House of Cards that you don't know if Frank Underwood will come back. I mean, isn't it just yesterday that Trump came out and said the judge was Mexican in the Trump University case? Seems like it was just yesterday. Seems like it was just yesterday when we were talking, not myself, but we were talking about these bad weeks Trump was having and how could he come back from this and who's going to keep him on message? Oh, the on and the talk of the round table. Just yesterday. Now, he has turned the media attention to Vice President Apprentice. And every day you're wanting to watch the next episode, or I am, or people, the media is bringing us the next episode. And Trump is doing, he is doing auditions. I swear to God, it's great. It's a lot of fun. He's checking out who can really get enthusiastic, who can rally the crowd. He's done an audition with Newt. He's done an audition with Sessions. He's done auditions with Mike Pence. In fact, he's still in Indiana this morning because, I think he's got to get a tire changed on the plane or something, but he had to stay over in Indiana this morning. That's the reason they give us. I'm one of those people, what's the real reason, right? But Trump is still in Indiana this morning. That's what I heard. Just saying. Went back and Trump won or whatever it's called, flat tire, Mr. Trump, we need to do some little maintenance on the plane. You'll have to spend the night. Oh, just saying. Interesting. Trump's still in Indiana. We don't know if he's left yet, but we don't know. Will Mike Pence be? And you got to love it. I do. I don't know about you out there. But I love a guy who says, governor, vice president, who the hell knows? And that's our new thing here, Lonnie. Who the hell knows? Now, Lonnie, I have a lot on my plate today. I have a guest coming in at 9 o'clock. Okay.
How much did you pay him?
All right, easy. What do I still got? I got $40 left. I got $40, and you're not keeping up with my bet. I got $10. I got $10 on David Perdue.
You don't have 40 left.
I thought I spent 60 yesterday.
You did, and then I took my fee for 20, so you only have 20 left.
You had a fee?
Well, you told me to keep 20.
Are you the house?
Yep.
Oh my God, I didn't know 20 went to the house.
Yep.
So I'm down to 20.
Tip your dealer.
Am I down to tip your dealer? Am I down to 20?
Yep.
I don't even remember where my money went. And that's the story of my life. I got $10 on David Perdue. Who else do I have $10 on? You're supposed to keep up with everything, Lonnie, and here you don't even remember where my money's at.
Yeah, it's in my pocket.
I don't know, but I know I got $20 to spend, and I'm going to use the last 20. Hey, can anybody out there remember where I put all my chips? 20 went to the house. I know I got 10 on David Perdue. I got 10 on... I still got 10 on Ted Cruz.
You got 10 on the vice president of David Perdue. You got 10 on Cruz. You got 20, you said yesterday, on the pancake eating contest.
Oh, so that got up to 40?
Yeah.
And then you took 20.
No, you got up to 60 yesterday, and then I took 20.
Anyhow, okay, Lonnie, listen, I've got a lot on the list. I can't get stuck on that, but I want to say something. I got a guest coming in at 9 o'clock, folks. And you know, I'm excited about this segment we're going to do at 9 o'clock. I'll tell you a couple more segments we're going to be doing this week. But this segment we're going to do at 9 o'clock, I will have Pat Page. Pat Page is the executive director of the North Georgia North Georgia Pregnancy Center. Apologize for that. Pat Page is the executive director of the North Georgia Pregnancy Center. And she has been there 7 years. I want to talk to her this morning. She's going to be my guest at 9 o'clock because you know what? The only time we hear about pro-life, we hear about endorsements, we hear about pregnancy centers, and I don't say that was the only time, but a lot of times, the only time the media will bring it out, and we don't, a lot of people in the community don't even know you have a pregnancy center sometimes, is when candidates are running for office and candidates are arguing who's the most pro-life, and candidates are saying defund Planned Parenthood, and candidates are saying, can I get an endorsement, and so on and so forth. But we're going to actually get into what the North Georgia Pregnancy Center is and what they offer, and we're going to be talking again to Pat Page, the executive director, at 9 o'clock. Friday we'll be at the Shops of Sycamore Crossing. Shops of Sycamore Crossing at downtown Blue Ridge. We'll be there from 8 to 10. At 8:15, I got to follow up an email I got today. But at 8:15, we will have Dr. Whaley will be on the show. Dr. Whaley's writing a paper, doing some research on medical marijuana, the oil, cannabis oil, and he's writing a paper and doing research on that. We've done one segment on that. We are going to stay on that. Now, Dale Jackson, that was our guest. The Hope Foundation, is that right, Lonnie? Dale Jackson from the Hope Foundation was our guest, and Melissa Searcy was our guest. The last time we did a segment, we're going to have another segment Friday. Now, Dale is in, he's going to be up at Cleveland. Mr. Jackson will be at Cleveland. He is a Republican delegate here in Georgia. He'll be up there in Cleveland, and he'll be probably fighting in there for cannabis oil or medical marijuana to get the platform. We'll see what happens, okay? But anyhow, we'll be doing that Friday. Our new show that is really taking off, I'm really excited about this. This guy is having some outstanding guests on the show. Is Scott Farrell, the Scott Farrell Show from 10 to 12. It is blowing up, folks. You're going to have to stay after our show and check in with Scott Farrell. He has some awesome guests today. He has a guest today. I don't remember the guy's name. He has a guest today. The guy was in the movie Casino. He's been on Fox News. He's been in several movies. Lonnie, I don't want to put the pressure on you, okay? But do you think you're going to be able to pull your move off? Your guest with Scott, are you going to be able? You think you're going to be able to pull that off?
I'm confused.
Lonnie, we understand you're confused. The people at home understand you're confused. Okay, do you want me to spell it out?
Sure.
Okay, what did you work on about 100 hours yesterday trying to make happen?
Dual screen.
Are you going to be able to pull that off?
You had to mention it, didn't you? You jinxed it.
I didn't jinx it. Jinx, right? Huh?
Yeah.
Lonnie, listen, you're going to want to check the show out. Lonnie's pulling off some things with our new software. Our new software here that we're running our show on is a puzzle, okay? And Lonnie will not stop at this puzzle until he solves it. And he is pulling some stuff up and making stuff happen every day. New graphics, new video, things going on. So he's going to pull something off. I'm going to brag about it tomorrow, but you'll have to watch the show to see what he's going to pull off in the Scott Farrell Show today. There's the pressure. You can't get any more pressure than that, can you, Lonnie? Yeah. You can't ask for no more than that. Now, before I move on, I've said that 5 times. I know I'm moving on. We're going to get to Dallas. We're going to get to Obama. We're going to get to Loretta Lynch. We're going to get to all of that, I promise, because I got a whole hour and then my guest is coming in, okay? But before we get to that, Lonnie, can you help me out with something? Now, what did I always aggravate you with when you come in? I would yell, are you over there playing Pokemon?
Yeah.
Are you playing that Pokemon Go?
I'm pleading the fifth.
So you don't know what the Pokemon Go is?
I plead the fifth.
The app on your phone and it's alive?
It was not my intent.
What, to play it?
Yeah, it was, no, you said that's what I'm supposed to say from now on.
It was not your
It
intent?
was not my intent.
Lonnie, this is not a judicial council that is questioning you, and you're not the, who the hell knows here? You're not the Attorney General, so you're gonna have to answer some questions. Until you become Attorney General or the FBI Director of the United States of America or Secretary of State, that's a long list. You will have to answer questions in this forum. Do you understand, mister?
No, I don't.
Oh, I understand the congressman's concerns yesterday. Okay, let's get serious now. Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Hey, Loretta Lynch accepted the FBI's recommendations before she knew the facts. Now, the Attorney General is, if you go district attorney, think of your district attorney today, and then your district attorney is, you know, the Attorney General of your state. That's who next up, and then your Attorney General of your state, your district attorney, your Attorney General of the United States, Loretta Lynch. I've always had district attorneys say to me, I have to get all the facts in here before I take it to the grand jury. Loretta Lynch accepted, absolutely accepted, okay, Comey's decision, recommendation before she ever heard the facts, okay? I want to know, folks, who answers to who, and is anybody responsible for anything anymore? Now, she kept saying yesterday, I refer to Comey, I refer to Comey, I refer to Comey, okay? I refer to Comey. I can't answer that at this time. I can't answer that at this time. We should do a montage. Somebody's got it out there. I can't answer that at this time. I can't answer that at this time. I have to refer to Director Comey's recommendation. I have to refer to Congressman. Now, your Congressman, Doug Collins, actually had several things to say concerning Loretta Lynch. Now, a lot of people, I want to clear something up if this is going around the internet, because some media groups, all they're doing is putting a headline. I seen a headline that said Congressman Doug Collins said he missed Eric Holder. Now, please, before that goes viral and everybody starts saying, hey, Doug Collins likes Eric Holder, let me explain. Please go watch the entire video. Now, we're not going to play this portion, but please go watch the entire video, folks, okay? Because what you're not going to be told when he said he missed Eric Holder, the only thing the congressman was referring to is he did not miss Eric Holder's answers. They will probably not put that in there. He did not miss his answers. He did not miss him as the Attorney General, but he missed him in a tense that if we did ask him questions, he would come back with some legal opinion, and he would recite some legal opinion. So if anybody hears Congressman Doug Collins said he missed Eric Holder, don't take it out of context. But this is your congressman. We got a couple clips. We're not playing the big clips. I know, what's the fellow out in Ohio? I lost his name off the top of my head. The guy out in Ohio, and all the big names that hit the camera. But I thought I would go with our congressman in the 9th District of Georgia. Lonnie, roll Doug Collins until I say stop.
But I've spent the last 4 hours listening to basically the Attorney General of the United States not willing to make a concrete statement of law, to not be willing to say that when given the opportunity by a colleague of mine, who made the decision in this case. I understand Director Comey stepped up and said, here's the decision we recommend. And y'all, you have been willing to say as well, we just accepted the team recommendation. When given the opportunity to say, do you accept this decision? You've never answered directly that you own this decision. Do you own this decision?
Congressman, as I've stated, I made the decision, and I do accept. I did accept it, and therefore I made the decision to accept that recommendation. That was the action that I took.
The problem that we're having here, though, is you took a decision because you had to. Your own words just a few moments ago, that the meeting on the tarmac led you to do something. That was your exact words. It led me to do something, and that was basically recuse yourself, but didn't recuse yourself. You just said, I'm going to accept what they tell me.
It led me to discuss the decision I'd already made about how the matter would
Had
be
you already
handled.
had conversations with the team before you made this statement and before the meeting on the tarmac?
No, before I had a conversation with former President Clinton, I had not spoken with the team. I had concluded in my mind how it should best be resolved because I had tremendous faith in their work and their integrity.
Did you have it as
so there
best
were
be
no
resolved as far
conversations
as what they're
before that.
doing and the way it was going about, or the end outcome?
I had no conversations about the end outcome of the investigation.
Do you believe that there is such a thing as a strict liability offense?
Depending upon the statute, environmental
No,
matters,
ma'am.
for
No,
example.
we went to law school.
and
Is there
OSHA,
strict
there are.
liability offenses or not?
In OSHA, for example, there are.
That
In
a
some
yes or a no?
environmental cases, there are.
Simply yes or no?
I've given you two examples.
No, I want a yes or a no. Is there strict
I've
liability
given you
offenses?
two examples.
I'm not, this is, again, the issue that we have here is there's no ownership at DOJ. It's no wonder the optics of this so bad. I've never agreed probably with David Axelrod in my life, but the optics of this are terrible, and you today have made it worse. And as also a member of the military who just got through with my drill duty this weekend, you have basically, to me, offended every military member here who handles classified information, who does so with their training, and you've basically said, well, it depends on this. I got a question for you. Riding down the road, the speed limit says 55. I'm doing 65. Have I broke the law?
You'd have to ask the Highway Patrol.
Oh,
They
my
would
God.
likely write you a ticket. They would likely write you a ticket for
I'm
that.
not sure. I went to a small little, little small law school. We taught the law. Harvard, I'm not sure anymore. Did you break the law or not? 65 and a 55. My dad was a state trooper.
As
Be
I said
careful with your
before.
answer. You're under oath.
As I said before, you would get a ticket for that.
Okay, so you broke the law.
You would be cited for that. That would be considered an offense.
In this, just the amazingness of this, when you've been asked many times, you said, I'm not going to talk about this. The day after, you said, well, I'm just going to have to accept whatever they tell me because you're not going to do any investigation. You're not going to put the Attorney General, the top law enforcement officer's stamp of approval on it. You said, I'm just going to accept whatever they give me. Did you at least read anything before you had a press conference the next day? Did you at least look at the testimony from Hillary Clinton?
Well,
Did you at
Congressman,
least look at
you know,
anything?
Time of the gentleman.
I did not hold a
Time
press
of the gentleman has
conference. I issued a
expired. The witness
statement.
can answer the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did not issue a press conference. I issued a statement. I did receive a briefing from the team. It was thorough. It discussed the findings that they had come to. It discussed the legal analysis that they had made. My decision was to accept those findings. And as I've said before, that was my decision.
As a famous leader once said,
Now, I'm back here, BKP. Good morning from the office. Jim Jordan from Ohio. Thank you for my tech department. Jim Jordan from Ohio out there. Yes, I know we've seen Jim Jordan, and I appreciate Jim Jordan's hard work, but that is your Congressman, Doug Collins. His dad was a state trooper. I mean, they did a great job. They didn't get anything out, but they did a great job. Did you break the law or not? And I have to thank Congressman Doug Collins for his comments there. Did you break the law or not? And here's what I could go on and on about the Congressman's comments to Attorney General Lynch. We went to law school. I mean, that's what these people, you know, they know where she's going with this. But anyhow, I have said on this show that maybe it's me because is it that simple? And it's just like the congressman said, if you're traveling up the road 65 and a 55 and a police officer pulls you over, have you broke the law or not? So there you go. That's Congressman Doug Collins. That is what they got all day. And like I said, I mean, everybody this morning is playing, Jim Jordan and those clips. And I do respect that, and I respect what Jim Jordan has done, and I respect what he did there yesterday. But I wanted to go after a couple clips. That were not highlights in most of the mainstream media. Now, let's look at this clip 74 times. Lonnie, do you have it ready? Representative David Trott, 70, I call it 74 times. Do we have that? Okay, let's look at this. It's a minute and 37 seconds. Let's stay with this. Then we'll talk about this minute, and then we'll talk about President Obama going to Dallas. Then we'll talk about what I have on this CD here, and then we'll talk about a lot of stuff. But this is Representative David Trott. He is going to make some comments to Attorney General Loretta Lynch that I want you to hear, that I don't know if you're hearing this morning on other networks. Go ahead, Lonnie, play that for me.
So, the meeting on the tarmac with former President Clinton, that was a pretty fortuitous meeting for you, wasn't it?
I would not say that.
Well, it gave you a perfect alibi, because if you had recused yourself, as some have suggested at the outset of this investigation, because you're friends with the Clintons and maybe hope to be Attorney General in her administration, then you could stand here and say, I defer to the FBI director. But you didn't recuse yourself, but now you're using the meeting on the tarmac to basically say, to avoid the appearance of impropriety, I can't answer your question. Isn't that basically what's happened here today?
Congressman, I would not say it was fortuitous for me or for anyone. It led me to take, again, another unusual step in this case.
But that's what's happened
outlining
today. In fact,
my
I knew
role
you weren't going to answer our questions today. And I apologize for wasting so much time here, because it's really not been very productive. And I asked my staff to count the number of times today you would say, I can't answer that question, or refuse to give an appropriate response. It's happened 74 times so far. So really, it's either one of two things. Either you're saying that because you want to avoid the appearance of impropriety, in which case you should have recused yourself, or you're trying to protect Hillary Clinton. So my colleague, Mr. Smith, asked earlier if you had talked with Bill or Hillary about serving as Attorney General in Hillary's administration. Have you talked to any of their staff?
No, I have not.
Have you talked to anyone on the transition team? I know they're talking to people.
I have not spoken to anyone on either the campaign or transition or any staff members affiliated with them.
Do you want to be Attorney General?
Okay, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Now, David Trott, Republican from Michigan, 11th District, 74 times. You know what I liked about that video there? And again, that's not making a lot of the mainstream media this morning. But what I like about that video there is, did you see Trey Gowdy in the background? Okay, did you see this guy in the background? The look on his face, okay, the look on his face in the background. I mean, that was worth watching the video. So, okay, now let me just sum this up. How about, now this goes a long way. This is like, you could put this on anything and it works. Seriously, it's like a ketchup, right? A lot of people, ketchup on eggs. I got people going out there, gross, ketchup on this, ketchup on that. I mean, all of America, probably you open the refrigerator, there's a bottle of ketchup, right? This goes with anything in this country today, okay? And I know you're saying, well, you're taking this out of context, but this is how the guy feels about everything. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Why can't we find out anything? Nothing. Now, I'm using this in the context where, Donald Trump says yesterday, I don't know if Mike Pence is the governor or the vice president. Who the hell knows? But folks, that's where we're at in this country. Who knows? I mean, are you seeing who answers to who? I mean, when I go, we've got to do something. We've got to do something. I'll never forget the first real, and it was Supreme Court nomination, okay? But I'll never forget the very first real confirmation hearings I ever listened to and paid attention. And I kept hearing, well, I can't answer that. I can't answer that. I can't answer that, okay? And obviously after Bork, okay, Judge Bork, after what happened to him, every Supreme Court nominee that ever sat after Judge Bork knew all they had needed to say for 3 days is, I really can't comment on that. I may hear that in the court. but not to get sidetracked, folks, we got to do something. Every time I go to a city meeting, a county meeting, Board of Education, it doesn't matter. What infuriates me is when people forget who's in charge. It infuriates me. We have an attorney general that answers to nobody but Barack Obama, period. Answers to nobody. Okay, he hired her, but somewhere along the way in the Constitution, somewhere along the way in her confirmation hearing, somewhere along the way, she missed that she works for us. That infuriates me when they don't know who they need to answer to. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to end on the Loretta Lynch. Obviously, it's done. It's in the books, okay? But the damage is pretty strong. Let's go real quick this morning. 42-39, Trump is leading in Florida. 41-41, tied in Ohio. 43-41, he's leading in Pennsylvania. All right? This is before convention. Before convention. All the talking heads, they're messed up this morning. I mean, they've drank all night long. You got these talking heads that are asking some assistant, say, hey, can you run out and get some Alka-Seltzer? Because I have a hangover. I sit at the bar all night long because I can't figure this out. Because you're supposed to get a convention bounce. Yes. For those political junkies out there, you get a convention bounce. And you're supposed to come out of the convention leading in the polls and getting a bounce because everybody's excited about you and you said all these great things. Where Trump is ahead in some of these, Trump is ahead in some of the biggest key battleground states before the convention. Let's paint this picture, folks, before I go to break, because I'm going to come back and I'm going to light this up. Trump is ahead in Pennsylvania, tied in Ohio, and they're saying he's ahead in Pennsylvania, tied in Ohio, and ahead in Florida. Pre vice presidential pick, there's supposed to be a bounce there with excitement. Okay, as people start paying attention, they go, oh, they picked this person. So that's the other 5 to 8% that actually look at the TV for half a second or go to a media source for half a second and find out who the VP is. So he is ahead in these states pre-VP pick, pre-convention bounce. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to explain that to you when I come back. Okay. Soccer moms' lives matter. Folks, we may be back to Soccer Moms' Lives Matter, a demographic, I'll call it that we've heard in the past with George W. Bush. Soccer Moms' Lives Matter may be important in this election. We're going to talk about that when I come back. Cameron is out, May is in. We'll talk about that today. The establishment she's establishment who supported to stay in the EU, but Cameron is leaving Downing Street this morning. Is it 10 Downing Street? I forget what it is, but he's leaving Downing Street. He's going to travel down the, the little cobblestone roads there, and he's going to head up to the Queen. This is the little, this is the little protocols they have over there with royalty. He will have to go to the Queen, and he will go into the Queen and hand his resignation to the Queen. It's just, and then after that, May will go in and she'll get on 2 shoulders or whatever they do, and then she'll head down to Downing Street and tell the butler to fix some tea. That being said, big changes over there. Okay, who's Hillary Clinton's VP? I want to talk about that when I come back. Campaign Barry in Dallas. The shootings, the protests, then the targeting, the president said. Dallas, I'm here to say that we must reject such despair. We are not as divided as it seems. Hey, you know what? Obama, I'll explain what this means when I come back. Obama is running out of Christian days for the year. I'll explain. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Lottie, take us to break.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Only Pizza Hut delivers 2 medium pizzas any way you want for just $6.99 each. Get any 2 freshly made pizzas with high quality, fresh ingredients and sauce made with California vine ripened tomatoes. Now get your favorite specialty recipes like meat lovers, backyard barbecue chicken, or 5-pepper pepperoni. So you never have to compromise with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialty. Anything you want on any 2 medium pizzas, just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
Truck Month is back at your new Days Chevrolet in Jasper with savings up to $8,000 off MSRP. Right now, get a roomy new Chevy Equinox for just $23,200, or get Days max discount on a new Silverado Crew Cab, just $31,900, plus instant easy credit with Days Fast Track Credit Center. But these Truck Month savings won't last long. Get to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where Chevy cars and trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
The 50-50 sale is back at Shattenkirk Ford. 50 trucks must go in the next 50 hours. Shop over 250 trucks in stock and starting as low as $79.95. And there's several more on the lot just like it. Yes, 50 trucks must go, and not just Fords. We have all the best makes and models. You have 50 hours to cash in on huge savings. Don't miss our 50-50 sales event at Shattenkirk Ford in Jasper. Online at ShattenkirkFordJasper.com.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $5 flavor menu. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to new stuffed garlic knots. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $5 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Welcome back. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. If you would like to be a sponsor of our show, you can get in touch with us, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. If you have a commercial you'd like to run on our show, or you have an ad you'd like to get on our website, fetchernews.com, get in touch with us, and we will get that on for you, get somebody in touch with you. We'll get Shanda, our new outside sales and marketing manager. Days Chevrolet, want to thank Days Chevrolet, located on 515 Jasper. Circuit World, promotional code fetchernews.com at Circuit World. Check out the shops of Sycamore Crossing, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge. L&L Beanery, your downtown Blue Ridge coffee shop. Free Wi-Fi, great place to go, get a cup of coffee, take your pad, put on Good Morning from the Office, and enjoy yourself with a great fresh cup of coffee. That's L&L Beanery. Salon 84 Hair and Color, West Church Street in Jasper. That's Salon 84 Hair and Color. Make your appointment today, 706-253-9876. Clock Tower Gifts and Boutique, located in Jasper. And Schottenkirk Ford, 515 on the southbound side. Plenty of Ford cars and trucks to choose from. Stop and meet the great management team and sales team at Schottenkirk Ford today. And Messrs. Orchards up in Blue Ridge. Now, while we went to break, I had to call. I got to multitask, folks. You think we go to break and I get 4 minutes off? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I called my lead investigator. I got a whole team of investigators now. If you want to get on board here at fetchernews.com, if you're an investigative reporter, you want to do community reporting, you want to do local government reporting, you want to get involved in our sports team, Team FYN Sports, I'm telling you, this is the place to be, folks. It is the place to be. It's happening around here. If you want to get involved, get in touch with me, chief@fetchernews.com, 706-889-9700. I have a whole team of investigators now. I appreciate them. I had to call my lead investigator, get everybody rallied up. We're doing an investigation on a couple stories. So I had to do that during the break. Now, that being said, I'm going to do a run through. It is going to be quick, so you have to pay attention. Now, Lonnie, first of all, let's go to vice presidential picks. And let's go to the Democrats. Now, I can't remember where my money's at, story of my life, but you say I've only got $20 left to play with right here at the table. Okay. Now, folks, if you're out there and you remember this, now this is serious, folks. This is serious. We're not horsing around here. Can't you do like the horse sound? If I say we're not horsing around, do you do a horse or anything? Can you do that? You don't do horses? Okay, anyhow. If I've got $20, making it quick here, I want to put my $20 on this. Try to remember this, Lonnie. Folks, if you're out there, send me a text message, 706-889-9700, and tell me if you remember when I stepped all the way out. And I said this one could end my career. I mean, it could. I'm getting a little closer here, but I did get the name. I put this name out there, and it's making the list. I might have to like win something for, break even for just making the list, to have the forethought to know that this could happen. So I've got $20 on Hillary's vice presidential pick. I'm putting a full chip there on Cory Booker. Remember that? NPR, meet Hillary Clinton's potential vice presidents in 100 words. Who is the second one? We got Xavier Becerra, Cory Booker, Sherrod Brown, Julian Castro, Tim Kaine, Deval Patrick, Tom. See, forget, I don't think Sherrod Brown or Tim Kaine. I don't think you will ever again. And fortunately, the last one was John Kerry. Holy mackerel. Who the hell knows, right? I don't think you will ever. I'm going to go out on a limb on this one too. I wish I had some money to spare. I put a chip on it. But this is an investment plan right here. I don't think you will ever see a white male as the Democrat nominee for president ever again in my lifetime. I don't think you ever will. Don't think so. So, when they start doing the heartbeat away from the presidency, they always do heartbeat away. You remember Cheney was, he died 6 times. and he had 6 pacemakers or whatever, and they made it a heartbeat away. Well, they always do the heartbeat away. When you pick a VP, it's a heartbeat away. All right, anyhow. Sherrod Brown looks awful white to me. Tim Kaine looks awful white to me. I don't think so. So that's my pick of the day. I don't think so. Cory Booker. Remember, if you remember me going out on that limb a long time ago, okay? New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, age 47. He's from Newark, New Jersey. Played football at Stanford University. Booker cultivated a popular social media presence and a national profile even before he was elected to Senate in 2013. During his 7 years as the Newark mayor, he became well known as shoveling residents' driveways after snowstorms and rescuing a woman from a house fire and living on food stamps. Folks, Google Cory Booker. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but I got a $20 chip on that. Now, Democrats have a serious problem, a very serious problem. I heard somebody say you could put the Never Trump people on a cruise ship and you know, they're out there, okay? There's nobody left in the Never Trump camp, but enough to put them on a cruise ship, give them a week off. The Democrats have a serious problem if Trump is leading in Pennsylvania, Florida, and tied in Ohio. I said when Trump made a pick, this is long ago, I got the tape on this, Trump did not have to make a pick in a state to bring him a state. I heard, oh my God, he's got to take Kasich. He's got to take Kasich. I always said, no, he doesn't have to take Kasich. Ohio's 41-41 right now. He doesn't have to take Kasich. No VP pick, no convention, and tied in these states. It's tied in 1 and leading in 2 battleground states. Hillary's in a major mess. What will be the polls in 2 days? What will be the Bernie bounce? Flat. There'll be no bounce for Bernie's endorsement. Hillary could not stand to even be on the stage with the man. It's all over her face. It's all over the cameras. And Bernie said, you know, kind of felt like he was still in the race, but he said, you know, Hillary will win. She's the nominee. No bounce. The Democrat Party will fall flat. Donald Trump is a master. Good president, we don't know because it's not January 21st. When it comes January 21st, that's when we find out. Remember what happened to Obama? He campaigned almost like, you know, this, not a moderate, but he campaigned like a guy that we, you know, even Bill O'Reilly said in his interview, hey, you know, this is not a bad guy. He's a family man. He's this and that. He's not a bad guy. He gave a pretty solid interview. I'll go into that in a minute. But Hillary's got a major problem. She's going to go into her convention. She gets no bounce into her convention. She's behind. And Donald Trump is a master. Next week will be a mini-series, folks. A mini-series. I mean, it'll be like one of those mini-series that you want to watch. I mean, it'll be, you know, it'll be broadcast every night, and people will be glued to it. Absolutely glued to it. The night Donald Trump comes out and gives his acceptance speech, he will break another record. I don't have time to go on the record. He will break another record that night. The convention viewership is going to blow the records out of the water. He's going to come out with another bump. You're going to see after the convention, I'm taking all these predictions, but you're going to see after the convention, Trump's up 45, you know. He's up 6 points against Hillary in Pennsylvania, not just 2. Oh, he's now leading in Ohio. Oh, he's leading in some states we never thought. I tell you what, he's closing the gap in New York. I tell you what, New Jersey doesn't look out of reach. You're going to hear doesn't look out of reach real quick now. Doesn't look out of reach. That's what you're going to hear. So Donald Trump is going to do a masterful job at the convention, making it a miniseries. There will be so much audience, and he will leave with his VP and not look back. Hillary Clinton's in a mess, folks. There's no enthusiasm. There's no excitement for the candidate. Polls, I see polls 18 to 30 something, drastically do not trust her and do not think she's honest. Really high numbers, don't think she's honest, okay? So Hillary Clinton's in a mess, all right? She has no enthusiasm. The Democrat DNC is going to be a rah, 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 liberal, rah, 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 gay, rah, 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 LGBT. American people are not going to watch it. She's in a mess, folks. She will not come out of the DNC with a bounce. There'll be no excitement behind this. Watch that, folks. Let me get a couple more things, all right? Soccer moms' lives matter. Remember that. The one gap that I'm seeing and hearing is Donald Trump with female voters. I'm hearing that. Now, I went to a meeting the other day and 2 or 3 women, jumped up and said, that's just not true. That's just not true, okay? Folks, let me tell you something. When you get in a like-minded group, okay? When you get in a like-minded group, that's who you're surrounded by. You better look outside of it. There are a lot of women that have a problem with Donald Trump. You better realize that. So here's another prediction I have. I'm on a roll this morning, folks. I got another prediction. Donald Trump's candidate for vice president will appeal to women voters. Got it? He is not going to spend the next 4 months fighting for the Latino vote, fighting for the black vote. That may be unobtainable, but he'll get record numbers. He will get record numbers of that vote, but he's not going to spend the next 4 months fighting for a vote that he may not be able to obtain. So he's going to go for a real number he has to close in. He's doing dumb white guys he's doing great with. I mean, I'm just saying it crudely. I mean, they say it nice on MSNBC, uneducated male whites, okay? So the dumb white guy, he's doing all right with. I guess that's why he's doing okay with me. But anyhow, he's doing all right with those guys. He's doing okay with white males. He's doing okay with this. He has to go after a demographic that he actually can obtain that he's hurting with. Guess what? Soccer moms. Soccer moms want to be safe. Soccer moms want to drop their kids off at baseball, football, basketball, soccer practice. Know they're safe. Soccer moms want to take the team out for ice cream. Know they're safe. They got a problem right now. They are nervous. They want to take their families on vacation and not think that the resort they're at is going to get attacked, or the airport they fly their family on vacation to is going to get attacked. Trust me, the pick Donald Trump has for VP will be focused around appealing to women. That's just my thought. I threw it out there. Okay, what do I have left? I got 10 minutes to get there. No enthusiasm gap for Hillary. That's over. Okay. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I can't spend a lot of time on here. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Her mind is shot. That's what Trump says. How can you not vote for a guy who just calls it? Her mind's shot. Resign. Her mind's shot. A Supreme Court justice does not comment one way or the other, no matter what presidential party nominated them to their seat. They never comment. Never. You don't comment on a presidential campaign. And even in a joking way, like, I'll flee to New Zealand. Let's get her out of here today. Donald Trump, 2 things yesterday. I know what you're going to say. He says, who the hell knows? And her mind is shot. Get her out of here. She's resigned. All right? I tell you what, tell her to resign. Her mind's shot. I love it. Ruth Bader Ginsburg's got to go. Now, Barack Obama is running out of Christian days. And I'm going to say this, and this is not my joke, okay? He goes to Dallas yesterday. The media is swooning. Because let me tell you, folks, let me tell you something here before we go to break. You got to pay attention to this. You got to pay attention to this close. Okay, Hillary's in big trouble. Big trouble. I mean, you can't get any worse trouble. There's a reason why Obama set up the playing field for him to campaign. There's a reason why Obama set up the playing field for him to campaign with Hillary. Now, let me explain why. Hillary's in big trouble. You're tired of hearing that. But guess who's not in big trouble? Barack Obama. Now, he is to you. Because let's get out of the 5% that's up, that everything he does is wrong. So Barack Obama's in big trouble with you. There's a reason why in the last 4 months They keep putting his approval rating through the roof. Oh, his approval rating's 56. It's this. Because, why? Never called me. But the media has sold you his approval ratings are so high. They have sold you that he is in the last stage of his presidency and he's acting presidential. Okay? Now, yesterday he goes to Dallas, and guess who he was yesterday? He was the campaigning Barry Obama before he ever got elected, when he was running against Hillary and he was running for president. Now, he was never a conservative and he really was never a moderate, but when he did that campaigning, folks, he sounded reasonable. Yeah, a lot of white people went and voted for the guy. Now, I'm throwing it out there because that's who brought him across the finish line. He sounded reasonable. He sounded like a rational person. He sounded like what Bill O'Reilly told you. Even John McCain was dumb enough to say, oh, he's not a bad guy. Okay? That's who he was. He went to Dallas yesterday and he went back to that. He went back to that. The media is swooning this morning with, oh my God, Obama, what a speech he gave yesterday. Now, he interjected his faith, and you're not going to like this because you're going to think I'm being silly about it, but he's about used up his Christian days for the year. There's only so many days that this guy actually comes out and reads, says his faith, and raises his octaves and raises up on the balls of his feet like he's a preacher, or sings Amazing Grace, or whatever the case may be. There's only several days in a year that he has. And that's not a joke. Even Bill O'Reilly says he's concerned with his ties to the Islamic religion, which we have known since the day he took office, but with his recent pictures, not recent pictures, but the pictures that O'Reilly even put up about his ceremonial Islamic dress at his brother's wedding or something like that, any cousin, whatever. The point being is, the guy's only got some, I mean, how many of you out there just turned your stomach to hear his staff say that he was up all night long referring to Scripture before he left for Dallas? Let me tell you, I'm going to anger you before you leave. This is President Obama the night before you go to, this is the night before he leaves for Dallas. This is what he yells. Has anybody seen my Bible? No, sir, but there's probably going to be one in the hotel when we get there. That's it. I mean, I'm serious. I don't even want to go there. It's 8:53. I have a guest this morning when we go to break. I have a guest this morning. I find my email clip here. I'm going to have Pat Page, Executive Director of the North Georgia Pregnancy Center. I'm really excited about this. I got a list of questions put together here because we're going to really drill down into the North Georgia Pregnancy Center, because sometimes a lot of people don't even know we have one in this area. And two, the only time pregnancy center, abortion, or anything like that really comes up and makes the media is election time. Who can be more pro-life and get the vote? Who can get endorsed? This is one of those times we're going to drill down and let people know exactly what is offered, what they do. So I'm excited to have Pat Page with me right after the 9 o'clock break. Alani, let me see if I missed anything before I leave. Okay, Loretta Lynch accepted the recommendation. She was for it before she was against it, because she couldn't be against it. She already said she accepted it. We found out nobody takes responsibility for anything. Nobody's in charge. Campaign Barry was in Dallas. This is one that got me, his faith. My faith tells me. I wish he would have identified that faith yesterday. Put it right out there. My faith tells me. Obama is running out of Christian days for the year. I talked about that. All right, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, her mind is shot, resigned. Donald said it. You got to love the guy, okay? Now, one thing that got me in Dallas with the president, he said, these are things I have experienced my whole life. I got to take how the hell does he know? That's what Trump would say. Like, who the hell knows? Governor or Vice President Pence? Who the hell knows? How the hell does Barry know? These are things I experienced my whole life. He grew up in Hawaii. He didn't have life experiences. He grew up in Hawaii. He got a ride to Harvard. He got a ride to Columbia, smoking dope. I'm serious. And this guy stands over. These are experiences I have faced. No, it's not. These aren't your life experiences, okay? By the way, I got to go to break real quick. I don't want to forget this. on this CD, folks, you're going to want to tune in tomorrow. You're going to want to tune in tomorrow because on this CD, I've got investigators working on things. We're going to follow up the journalist goes to jail story. We're going to do a special segment tomorrow because on this CD, I have words on this CD about the journalist from the gentleman, I'm going to call him a gentleman, that went to jail serving 9 years. That was actually the reason they were in the courtroom that day when the N-word was said. I have the audio. I have the audio. They've been looking for the audio. I have the audio they truly don't want you to hear. I have it here. It's going to break tomorrow. Breaking news. I have another story breaking out of Fannin County, but can't tell you. You're going to have to stay tuned for tomorrow. It's 8:56. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Now, you're going to want to stay tuned. And you got to stay tuned because I tell you like 50 times, so why wouldn't you? So you got to stay tuned because this Scott Farrell guy, I tell you what, he's okay. I'm telling you, this guy's okay. He's got a great show. He's blowing it out of water. He comes on at 10 o'clock. This guy's got guests all over the United States. Lonnie, he tells me the guest he has today played the role as the sheriff in Casino. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, this guy's got guests. Lonnie's pulling off fantastic. Lonnie, how come everything I ask you, you can't do? Scott comes in, he does a show the first week. And he says, Lon, let me tell you how this works here. Scott comes in, he says, Lonnie, can you do this? Sure. Can you do this? Sure. We can make it happen. Sure.
He offered.
I picked all that up. What's he bringing in? Donuts, cookies? What's the works?
She brought cookies.
Love you, Lonnie. Lonnie, let's go to break. I'll be back.